morning, everyone. Today is August 2nd, 2016, and this is a special meeting of the members of the New York State Liquor Authority. In attendance is Commissioner Kim in New York City, Commissioner Ford in Albany. Chairman Bradley is absent. Staff in attendance is General Counsel Flug and myself, Acting Secretary Held. Today's calendar consists of one item. Counsel's office has presented a proposed emergency summary order suspension. It's been marked agenda number 1730D for license serial number Bronx OP 120-5949, issued to El Aguila Bar Restaurant Corporation, located at 1404 Ogden Avenue in the Bronx. Associate General Counsel Marsico is presenting for Counsel's office. Counselor?
Okay. Good morning, members. Counsel's office is requesting that you summarily suspend the license of El Aguila Bar Restaurant Corp. Located on Ogden Avenue in the Bronx. This bar is located in a residential area. There's buildings across the street and next door to the bar. The licensee, Juan Almonte, is the sole principal, and he is knowingly and recklessly placing his patrons in substantial risk of harm by allowing as many as 370 patrons in the door when he has no public assembly permit, which means he's not authorized by the fire department or Department of Buildings to have anyone more than 74 inside the premise. His premise has not been inspected. The sprinkler system has not been inspected. We don't know that this place can safely hold more than 74 people. He's also using illegal sparklers, and we all know the dangers of using pyrotechnics in an overcrowded place. His actions are so egregious that they're criminal. The Bronx District Attorney's Office has assigned an assistant DA from the Criminal Enterprise Unit specifically to prosecute this licensee. They are lax in security. Just last month, there was a brawl where bottles were thrown, and a bouncer and a patron were cut with a patron who was wielding a box cutter. I won't get into the specifics. The memo speaks for itself. I'll just highlight a few things. With regard to the overcrowding, the licensee represented to us that their capacity is 50. In their license application, they said their certificate of occupancy was for 50 persons. They told the police that their certificate of occupancy is for 150 people and showed the police certain documentation. We don't know if that's factual or accurate. We do know that I have checked the Department of Buildings records, and this licensee has an open violation from December 5th, 2015 and June 21st, 2016 for operating without a current certificate of operation, which, as I understand it, a certificate of operation is a short term for Certificate of Operation of Public Assembly, which is an aggravated level 1 offense per the Department of Buildings website. I have not been able to get further information from the Department of Buildings. I've reached out to our liaison, and apparently he's unable to get back to me, but the violations history shows they have no public assembly permit. So at the very least, this should not have more than 74 people, and it may even be that they're not even authorized to have that many. Also, the criminal complaints that were attached as exhibits that were brought by the Bronx District Attorney show that all the police officers who saw the overcrowding conditions also used their common sense and observed that patrons were having difficulty getting out through a vestibule door when they were there. They saw female patrons were having trouble and male patrons were having trouble as well. Well, guess what? I checked the New York City Department of Buildings website and found out that they're in violation for illegally building this vestibule. They have no permit for that vestibule, and that open violation was issued on May 8th, 2016. And in fact, the Department of Buildings says that this vestibule is obstructing the second means of egress. With regard to lax security on May 8th, I don't know if that was so highlighted in the memo, but I will highlight for you that 4 security guards had not completed their annual training. Also, obviously, what goes on outside is evidence of the fact that there is lax security. The fact that there's public drinking, disorderly conduct, urination in public shows that people are over-drinking and not being controlled. The violation of the method of operation speaks for itself. The video submitted to the members, as well as the police paperwork. In short, this licensee will not stop illegally using pyrotechnics in this overcrowded location being operated as a nightclub unless the members summarily suspend the license today. Thank you.
Thank you. So this concept of them operating as a nightclub, I think it's noted here that they're promoting on social media well-known bands that attract large crowds, promoting DJs, bottle service, dancing, and it looks like that they had a violation previously for failing to conform to the application in November 2014. Are these social media promotions after this violation back in November 2014?
Yes, sir.
So they continue today? Do they continue today?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Commissioner Ford, do you have any questions?
No, she pretty much summarized everything that I read also, and looks like the police have asked us to take action as well. So I'm ready to vote whenever you are.
Okay. It's just all the circumstances set forth point to a recipe for some disaster about to happen in terms of using those sparks in a place that the applicant had said would be a restaurant with maximum 50 people, but most likely 40 people, 10 tables of 4 seats. But then having been arrested for having approximately 300 patrons there in May of this year, and then again another manager was arrested in July of this year for having 370 patrons, and then just 3 weeks thereafter, the manager was arrested in May. Oh, actually, not the manager, the principal, Juan Amante. He was arrested again for having 185 patrons there, and the festival situation you described, the unlicensed security guards, the lack of sprinklers, lack of public assembly, all of this leaves us no choice but to impose a summary suspension. If we find that the public health, safety, or welfare requires emergency action, then a summary suspension can be ordered. And in this case, I find that the public health, safety, and welfare are all endangered, and so I vote to summarily suspend this license.
Commissioner Ford?
I vote to suspend it as well.
All right. I have no other items for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.